good? All the time? So, Romans chapter 8, 28 says, we know that in everything God works for the good of those who love Him, whom He has called according to His plan. I repeat, we know that in everything God works for the good of those who love Him, whom He has called according to His plan. Dear Reverend Fathers, sisters, and friends in Jesus Christ, of course we have pain, but with your presence, prayers, and support, we could have overcome all these painful days and time. When I think to share something about our mothers, I found many similarities among our mothers. When first Father Martin's mother passed, then on the next day my mother, we were flying together and we came back together. So it was time to share our pains and sorrows and everything. That makes something, I think, of course, it is plan of God. Father Paul knows that actually we have two flights from Sharjah to India, but even though God made us together, when I think about the mothers, first and foremost, both are very ready to accept their pains and sufferings. Case of mother of Father Jose Martin, she had about 5 years of suffering of dialysis and all these pains. And case of my mother, she had about 1 year. She had have a good amount of stomach pain. We tried with many tests, but not at all diagnosis. And finally, about 3 months before, only we found that it was last stage of cancer. So, whenever they had their pains, they didn't deny their faith or God or the destinies, but they accepted as God's will. That's something role model for in our personal lives when we go through all these situations in our future days. And another thing, what I found is both mothers sending their children for the work of God very happily. Even I was thinking about father's mother. She had about 5 years pain. She knows all her diagnosis and everything. But even though she could have called him back to be with her in the India or the nearby, because our province is Coimbatore, let's ask, she could have asked for the superiors or himself to be around Coimbatore, but she didn't. In case of my mother, actually we didn't share what is her diagnosis, because she may get very tense. That's why we kept hidden. But even though just before I coming to Kenya, I just asked her, Mother, this is my situation. Are you happy I'm going to Kenya? She didn't deny anything. She told, if you are interested, if you are willing, you should go, because it is your first appointment as well as it's God's will. So that their mindset or their approach of these our vocations, I should appreciate my mother, and definitely God will reward our mothers in heaven. And the third thing I was shared to taken there for our vocation, of course, as a priesthood, especially before the priesthood, when we were in deacons, definitely we used to take some fastings or some kind of fastings or some pains, sacrifices. I personally know that my mother took more pain and sacrifices than me. Of course, it is case of all the priests who are here. For our vocation, our formation time, our parents are more happy and more enthusiasm to give their life or their sacrifice to God for our future and our vocation. And finally, their life model and the role model they gave us. In their faith and their good life, their faithful life only give us what should be are. Because sometimes if we are not in a good family, we are not brought up in a good background of faith or Catholic faith, I don't think so we will become a priest. This is also applicable, I think, all the priests and sisters who are here. So all these role models I accept, as well as we can accept for our future life to be what should be we are in this world, especially in our missionary life. I like to thank all of you for your prayers, your support, and in special day, I know that all are busy people, but even though you spent your valuable time with us, especially all these painful days, your presence and prayers, of course, makes us to overcome this painful situation, as well as your caring makes to face whatever it comes in future. That is also, I think, needed, and this is the spirit of the faith what we have. And I like to end with the Bible verse of St. John chapter 11, 25. I am the resurrection and life. Whoever believes in me, though he dies, shall live. Let's all have faith in Jesus Christ, and let's lead a better life, better spiritual life to attain heaven as like our mothers. So may God bless all of you. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen.